So when I'm sitting in my office and I get a phone call from a number I don't recognize, I let it ring, of course, like all the rest of you, thinking this is a tax collector or a fundraiser. The message was Adam Haller, and he said, "Will you call me?" Now, I had looked up his background when he became the athletics director, and I knew before he worked in administration that he had worked in the campus police department. And I thought, surely they're not tracking on who scalped basketball tickets when Magic Johnson was a freshman. And there's got to be a statute of limitations on these things. So you can imagine my surprise when he called to say that I was in the Hall of Fame. So a couple weeks later, the press release comes out, and as you've heard, I'm the executive director of the American Volleyball Coaches Association. And so I have 8 people that work for me that are all sports fans. So this press release comes out, and they're all like, "Oh my God, can you get a picture of Draymond?" I came to Michigan State in 1975, and in my senior year of playing volleyball here, we wanted to go to a tournament out in California at UCLA. That was one of the top tournaments in the country, and the only way we could go was if we raised the money. So we went on a fundraising binge to get the money. And there was a guy who worked over at the men's IM whose name is Mark Pittman. And so I went over and I asked him for money. It was a jump for inches. And he gave me more money than anybody gave me. So I married him. And he's with me here tonight. And for all of you who have yourself or in your family fought cancer, systemic cancer, you know the truth in the statement that courage is not the absence of despair. It's the willingness to move forward in spite of despair. And I thank you for coming tonight, Mark. So that same year, there was a guy who had finished his master's thesis in sociology and had the only copy of it in his car when the window was broken out and it was stolen. His name's Bruce Alexander. He was so depressed, so distraught, that he went to a women's basketball game. And he started taking statistics. There was a former teammate of mine, Mary Jo Hardy, who I played volleyball with, who found this to be the sexiest thing she'd ever seen. So she married him. And they're with us tonight and have been our friends for a long time. As Karen has mentioned, it's the people that you play with that are the ones that leave a mark on you. And I have 2 other teammates here tonight with me, Karen Santoni-Zodner, Mitzi Donhoff, one a volleyball teammate, one a basketball teammate. And I'm telling you, these women were badasses. Both of them have had daughters who are college athletes, and their daughters are badasses. Now, they have granddaughters, and guess what their granddaughters are? Thank you both for being teammates. So these are the folks that are with me here tonight that are the reason that I'm here, along with Karen and Annalise Knoppers, our volleyball coach. They're what got me into the Hall of Fame, but I have one other guest at my table who is the reason that the rest of my life was a success. Sharon Sanders was the best athlete to play at Ferris State. She turned down a scholarship to Michigan State to join me as a volleyball player at Ferris and was a two-time All-American there. And she's the one that made the rest of my career a success. And her husband, Dan, she promised me he was not here just to see Draymond. So Dan got to join us too. I came to Michigan State as a music major. And I pretty much got the Heisman from the music faculty over and over again. They just couldn't hear the inner diva in my voice. What that allowed me to do, though, is spend my career here taking classes in things that looked interesting and had interesting faculty. And so I got to sing Verdi's Requiem in a downtown cathedral. And you can hear I still can't talk about it because it was one of the most moving things I've ever done. And it gave me a great love of music. I got to take a class in science to meet the credits there that were two scientists debating evolution versus creation. It allowed me for the first time in my life to lean into doubt and the benefits in our lives that come from doubt. I got to take 2 art history classes from Dr. Doyson. I got to take a radical feminist philosophy class from Dr. Marilyn Fry. I finally got out of here with a degree in humanities. And I will tell you, it prepares you for absolutely nothing. But it gave me the confidence to think I could do absolutely anything. I thank you for that, and I thank you for this honor.